Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to talk about most commonly asked visa questions according to me and the answers I prepared for them. That is what I am going to share with you. And I have written an article about it. So if you want to read it, you can check out the link in the description. These answers are no way the best answers you could find online or something like that. These are the best answers according to me, which I had prepared for myself and something I would have answered if visa officer had asked me. Let's begin with the first section, which is the education section. So I will just read out the question and answer for you. Why are you going to US? I'm going to US to pursue my master's in computer science at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Simple as that. This question is very different from why US specifically. So a lot of people get confused. Make sure you know the difference. So the next question is why US? Like, why did you choose US over any other country or something like that? So US is technologically very advanced. The degrees earned in US have great reputation among Indian employers. Also, the curriculum is flexible and the courses offered are practical oriented. Hence, I have decided to pursue my masters in the US. Okay. Next question. What did you do in your undergrad and what is your CGPA? So I completed my undergrad in computer engineering from XYZ college in XYZ year. Why this? And my CGPA is 9 point, let's say something, 8 point something. Why this particular college? I chose UIUC mainly because of its curriculum. Its curriculum max overlaps with my interest. I'm interested in systems and software engineering domain, for which UIUC has renowned professors like Professor ABC for distributed systems and Professor PQR for software engineering. Additionally, UIUC is more and more practical oriented and provides an extra credit to students if they do project in their respective courses. So here you can see that this answer is a little customized, or say it is dependent on your university. So adjust your answers accordingly. But some of the common points is something you can pick from here, right? Like the that it max overlaps with your interest. The next question is how many admits and rejects did you receive? List them. So you can say I applied to a total of, let's say, 10 universities, 9 universities, and I received P admits and Q rejects, something like that. And you can list them down. Make sure while listing them down, don't list them as if you have remembered everything. Like bring some different flow or something like that. Like they should not feel that you have remembered everything and just listing it out. What will you do after you complete your program of study in the US? After completing my education, if given the opportunity, I would like to gain US based work experience as part of US education system's practical training program, and post that I would come back to India and apply for software developer roles, as India is growing as is becoming its own version of Silicon Valley and has tremendous growth opportunities. So this is one of the very common questions which people get confused if they have not heard any answers. I want to tell you that it's not necessary for you to say that I am going to come back to my own country. Don't worry, I'm not going to stay at your country or something like that. This is officially a part of their education system, practical training program, that is OPT, which you get after your education. So you can say it clearly, and like whatever your plans are, be very honest about it, but in a way that it doesn't feel suspicious to them. Okay. The next question is why don't you want to study in your own country? I have researched about MTech in India and I feel it is not up to the level I require to achieve my goals. US is technologically very advanced, and that is why the coursework taught is rigorous and practical oriented and up to date. The next question is why do you want to do masters at this point of time? During my bachelor's in India, I have gained some strong knowledge about the fundamentals of computer science and also touched upon advanced subjects of computer science. I want to learn advanced subjects in great depth and enhance my knowledge before entering the industry, and that is why I want to do my masters at this point of time. Now, if you are working individual and you are applying to masters after your job, so your answer may differ a little bit. Now the next section is, this was the education section. Now the next section is finance section. Finance section has very few typical questions, which most probably you are going to be they are going to ask you. So who is sponsoring your education? My parents are sponsoring my education. My parents have a savings and investments worth X lakh rupees. Additionally, I have a loan of Y lakh rupees sanctioned from XYZ bank. So now one of the important thing is I was asked this question, and they did not ask me to tell me that you have this savings and investment. Now split it up. Tell me how much saving, how much amount do you have in bank, how much is your LIC surrender value, or how much is your gold evaluation, or anything like that. They just asked me who is sponsoring you, and the visa counselor accepted this answer. What does your sponsor do? Here the visa officer is asking you that if you have mom and dad sponsoring your education, you have to give them the company where they are working, how much do they earn, and what is their designation. They can ask in a mixture of questions, but this is what generally they are expecting. So you can say my father works as a XYZ, like let's say IT manager at a XYZ company, and my mother is a homemaker. So you can adjust your answer according to your needs. And so next question could come like, if your mother is a homemaker, how is she sponsoring you? So you can say something like that. My father has made some investments in my mother's name, and she's using them to sponsor my education. What is his annual income? This is something they can ask separately. Even for some parts of questions can be broken into parts, like they can ask you CGPA separately. What did you do your undergrad in? What was your college, or something like that. Similarly, what is your annual income? What is your family's annual income? And are there any extra incomes, rental income, or anything like that? That are some things that visa officer can ask you. Now, this is an interesting question. How will you repay your loan? So it has a very simple answer. After completing masters, I will be repaying my educational loan from my software developer salary. Wherever you work, you can say from my XYZ salary, which I believe would be sufficient to repay my loan. Now, one of the important things I have learned during this process is never use I think. Preferably say I believe, because I think sounds less rigid as compared to I believe. I believe is like I think it shows more confidence. You know what you're doing. Okay. Now that's it for the finance section. Moving on to the next section, future plans and miscellaneous. What are your future goals? My immediate future goal is to perform well in academics and become proficient in my field of study. After my masters, if given an opportunity, I would like to gain US based experience as part of US education system's practical training program, that is OPT, and post that I would come back to India to apply for software developer jobs, which I think is a decent answer. Considering you are going to say that you want to work in US for some time at least to gain some experience. Would you like to work in US or in your home country? The answer will be very similar to the previous question. Initially, if given an opportunity, I would like to use the US education system's OPT period and gain some experience based in US. Later, I plan to come back to India and apply for software developer roles in India, because India is a growing economy and is in the process of becoming its own version of Silicon Valley. Add some crisp points like this. Visa officer probably will cut you out, so make sure your answers are short and crisp. I prepared this while I was during my initial stage, and later I just refined them in my process to make sure that I can say it in, let's say, 5 to 7 seconds. That's it. Most of my answers. Why will you come back to India after your educations? They may ask you in a different sense, but they just want to see that why it seems very logical to go back to your country, and why are you not going back to your country after your education? Like, why won't you? Something like that. So I said that let's say I would like to come back to India for two main reasons. I'm single child to my parents, and I want to take care of my family. And if you are you have a brother or something, you can say I'm close to my family and I want to take care of them. So I want to be as close to them as possible. The second point is India is a growing economy and is in the process of becoming its own version of Silicon Valley. And I feel I have greater learning opportunities in India after MS. Do you have any family members living in the US? So here is this is very important, guys, because some people give false answers over here, and their visa gets rejected. Whatever you have mentioned in DS 160, only and only answer that, because if you feel that you have wrongly filled DS 160, then change it and then answer it, but don't give a wrong answer over here. Okay. Whatever is mentioned in DS 160, only and only that should be your answer over here. What if I reject your visa? I would respect your decision. Frankly, I would be disappointed because I really wanted to do my masters at XYZ University. But I will work on the reasons for my rejection and apply again. I think that covers most of the common questions. If you want any other questions, or if you think some of the questions I missed and which are commonly asked, please put them down in the comment so that others can get help out of it. And as I said, I have made a document for this, for which you can check the link in the description. That's it from my side. Thanks for watching the video, and if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Bye.